Good. Go ahead, I'm ready.
Welcome to Game Day Battle, where Cleveland sports news meets biased and outspoken opinion. I'm here with the Game Day crew and another big show. DST is going to have some fantasy factor up for us later. Ramon's bringing us Ramon's picks, where he breaks down the Vegas odds. We have a lot more going on, plus the big battle. Now, Pete is normally here with us. Just got married. Congratulations, Pete. He's going to spend a little bit of time with his new wife and enjoy the new marriage. So he's going to be out for a little while, guys. Brett also is normally here with us. He works with the Cleveland Monsters hockey team. Hockey season just started, in fact, today, so he's kind of busy with that today and tomorrow morning, so he'll be back next week. But I'd like to get into a few good topics. I think the biggest news of the day.
Brownies?
Yes, the Browns won a game. Yes, all right, yeah. Dog, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that this is just sort of the stars coming into alignment. The Browns have won. The Cavs, the LeBron-less Cavs, have won a game as well.
That's right.
Indians, I'm sure, making some moves right now. They're going to come out and be a good team next year, and they're going to keep it together for many, many years. Everything is great here finally in Cleveland. It's awesome. I can't tell you how great that is. Or maybe it's just a 1-3 Browns team that won a game that they might have lost. So
they look better than 1-3. I'll tell you that.
Did they? Well, maybe.
So far, every game I thought we would win, we lost, and every game I thought we would lose, we won. So
I'm just not going to listen to your picks anymore.
Don't follow me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the biggest question is we won a game, and that's really cool. There's a win. It's much, much better than 0-4. But is there anything that we can take from this? I mean, is there anything that we can see that was good in this win other than just they played a good team that really wasn't ready to play?
Definitely. I mean, what do we got to lose? We got young guys out there who are out there trying to prove themselves, and you know, I definitely like where we're headed, and we got a tough schedule coming up these next 3 games, but we're definitely going to see what we're made of. Like I said, I still don't see the playoffs in our future or anything.
Are you sure? Super Bowl bound? No?
No.
Okay.
No.
I think we're looking good. We're scoring points, which is a total 180 from last year.
That's true.
You know, we couldn't even get in the end zone at all. We're scoring points. We're actually battling every game.
And we look like we should be there, too.
Yeah,
We're not just running around lost. It's like we have some...
Exactly.
We have a nice structure right now, I think.
We're standing toe-to-toe with good teams and looking them in the eye, and they really could have won any game. So you take the fact that they really could have, with some luck, pulled out any of those games, and the fact that they did win a game, we've got a better team possibly, or at least one that's performing better. Who do we give credit to?
How about a nice round of applause for Peyton Hillis?
Let's do it.
The Cleveland Browns have a running back that is in the top 10 in stats right now.
Yeah.
A lot of fantasy value there, too, for those of you who drafted Jerome Harrison.
But he's also doing this versus top-rated defenses. Good teams.
That's true.
Playing.
Against Tampa Bay, which they lost, but they played well, and the easy rap on that was, well, it's Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
They did okay, but it's Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Baltimore and Cincinnati are not slouch defenses.
Exactly.
No, not at all.
So do we give Mangini credit for Massaquoi and maybe some other moves he made, or do we see like this is the beginning of maybe a really solid franchise and something that Holmgren really has sort of thought about, and this is
if you say that right after Seneca Wallace, then I'm going to have to say no because they're starting Jake Delhomme this weekend. So I mean,
good point. That's the next topic too.
I don't think that should happen because we're looking good right now, and he's just going to put us again in quarterback controversy.
Roll with the hot hand.
Roll with the hot hand. I mean, he's not making every play. He's not making completing every pass, but he's getting away from tough situations that Delhomme couldn't get out of.
Yeah. You think it's going to last? Like, you think Delhomme's going to be able to stay healthy and stay back there?
I don't think so because right now, if his ankle's already messed up, and he's just coming off, 2 weeks of being off of it, or 3 weeks off being off of it, and right into these tough teams, like you say, we're getting ready to play.
Yeah.
Dude, they're going to go for his head. They're going to be sending the blitz.
They're going to go for his ankle.
Well, how long did Delhomme last before Wallace was in there? A game and a half? Was it a game and a half? I'm not even giving him one more game. I'm really not.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go in there. He's either going to have a wretched game or he's going to get injured. And I think Seneca Wallace. I think Delhomme should be backing up Wallace right now. Clearly. Who in this room just thinks that Jake Delhomme should be the starting quarterback?
I don't disagree at all. You say this like it's a matter of fact situation.
Because I see it.
You see it.
I see it.
And why is it that you have an NFL coach who has coached in a winning franchise and a president, GM, whatever the hell he is right now, Holmgren, who has led a couple of very successful franchises.
A very large coaching tree as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
And both of them and everybody else involved says Delhomme is their starter this weekend. So what is it? What greatness do they see in Delhomme that we're not catching?
It's probably not what they see. It's they don't want to make themselves look bad because they already came out and said, well, we're going to pay Jake Delhomme $7 million this year. He's going to be our guy. Let's put him out there. Mm-hmm. If we contradict ourselves, what does that make us look like? We put all this stock in Jake Delhomme for nothing now that he's not performing? Let's throw him under the bus already? What's up, all you fantasy football fans? DST with you. Time for another edition of our Fantasy Factor, a little Week 5 preview into your fantasy football league to help give you that edge, hopefully get you that win, and push you into that playoff spot. I know it's still early, but wins count now, so you want to try to get them while you can. Some big trades happening this week, guys, and there's a lot of move to be made in the fantasy world. I'm talking about Randy Moss going to Minnesota. That's going to open the gates for lots of guys. Tom Brady's still going to be throwing touchdowns there in New England, so if you can find Brandon Tate out there on your fantasy waiver wire, you definitely want to pick him up. Also, Julian Edelman, their first-round pick, he's going to be getting a lot of extra looks too. So any guys you can get in the New England passing game, definitely a good time to pick those guys up, okay? Also, another trade kind of went under the radar. Marshawn Lynch going to Seattle. That's definitely going to open the door for those guys in Buffalo. I'm talking about Fast Fred Jackson and C.J. Spiller. If you guys have been holding on to him, look for him to start paying some dividends. He's probably going to be seeing about 30 to 40% of that workload. I know they're the Buffalo Bills, but if you guys are hurting for a running back or you need a little bit of depth, Fred Jackson is available in almost 70% of NFL.com leagues, so definitely jump on him. Another guys who are on the rise, let's take a look at them. We got Big Ben Roethlisberger coming back in action for you, and that means all Pittsburgh wide receiver stock is going up. I'm talking about Mike Wallace. He's a free agent in lots of leagues. He can stretch the field. He can get it done for you. That 6 to 10 catch receiver guy, get you 100 yards, maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. We all know Big Ben's got that ball to throw it down the field. Also, other guys who I like this week, Ryan Terrain from the Washington Redskins. He's going to be taking the full workload and be the feature back out there in Washington. So if you need a plug-in for like a guy like LaShawn McCoy or Mendenhall, who you got on the bye week this week, definitely look for Terrain to fill in nicely. All right, also, guys, we got Chris Ivory. Again, if you're looking for some depth at running back out there in New Orleans with Reggie Bush still out and Pierre Thomas getting dinged up, Chris Ivory looked really good in the preseason this year. I see him possibly doing a lot, catching some falls for Drew Brees. He's got the speed to catch that ball and break it 80 yards. You got to love those easy touchdowns. Also, Santonio Holmes off his 4-game suspension. He's back for the Jets. Look for him to get right into it, start catching balls for you. Definitely going to be lighting it up for you on the fantasy side of things. Guys, don't forget you can also send me all your fantasy football questions to DST@GameDayBattle.com, and I'll see if I can help you guys out, hopefully point you in the right direction, and get you that W. For all my fantasy football fans, good luck for you. DST with the Fantasy Factor. We'll see you guys next week. Good luck.
Welcome to Mike's Magic. We're going to sort through some Vegas odds, see if we can find a few sleepers, maybe even, if I can say it, a couple of locks. We're going to try to break the book this week. Look, first game we got, Indianapolis over KC. I think you got to go with this. Indianapolis is going to be fuming after that loss last week. Peyton Manning, he is not going to tolerate 2 losses in a row, especially after that tragedy in the last few seconds of the last week's game. So I'm taking KC to lose the game. Over on that, it's 44.5. You got to go under. I don't think Peyton Manning's going to go over that. I think they're going to have the game locked up early and probably even pull the starters. Who knows? But I think that KC done for the week. Next game, Cincinnati over Tampa Bay. Cincinnati's at -7. I know it's kind of tough, but don't worry about it. They're ticked off. They just lost the game they should have won, and they needed to win that game to keep in the race for the playoffs. Go with it. Cincinnati, they're going to take that 7. They're going to go over the 7. I think Ocho and T.O. are going off this week. They might even get that running game going if that offensive coordinator can figure out what the hell he's doing. Game number 3, Giants. Giants taking them over Houston. After last week, they got the under. We're going to go with the under of 47 on that. It's not going to be a very high-scoring game. That's a lot of points. Go with it. Now, last game, I'm going to take this. I think this is kind of crazy, but we're going to go with kind of an upset. Cleveland over Atlanta. Cleveland's getting 3 points. I think Atlanta might beat them, but I think Cleveland might have it with those couple of points to work with. So it's kind of an iffy game, but I think it's probably a good game to take. I got it in a few parlays, so we'll see what happens. That's it. You know what? I'm done, and you're welcome.
That's awesome.
Well, okay, so let's look forward to this week. They're playing Atlanta, and you know I don't know how well they're going to do. I don't know really how capable they are of beating Atlanta, but I think that's possible at least.
Definitely.
So what do you think? I mean, what would you see as what do they need to do this week to beat Atlanta, and then how do you really see the game going? And what do you think? Give us a sort of a prediction, for final score.
Well, I think we're going to win. I think we can.
Wow, that's pretty solid.
But it relies on our secondary because Atlanta has a very powerful offense. And Matt Ryan likes to throw the ball.
And he's allowed to throw the ball.
Oh, yeah. We just got to get on him, man.
So let's have a score, man, a prediction. What do you think?
I'm going Browns.
Browns 45,
no,
Atlanta
not
2.
That high. I'm going to go 21-14 Browns.
All right, 21-14. Sticking with that?
Yep.
All right. Dale, come on. I know you got some words to say. We're playing Atlanta.
I like that we're at home. The Brownies are always good at home. We're coming off a big win, but I think with Jake Delhomme behind the center, if that's who they do indeed start, something could happen by the weekend. But with Jake Delhomme starting, I don't see us hanging. I'm going to say Atlanta 31, Cleveland 17. If they make the smart move and put in Seneca Wallace, I still think we're going to lose, but I think we're only going to lose 31-24. It'll be in a nice game that they would be into. But I just don't see us able to cap Atlanta's offense. They're getting Michael Jenkins back this weekend too. He's a big target. They already got Roddy White and Tony Gonzalez, and those guys have been doing it a long time. And I think you're going to see another exploitation of the Cleveland Browns defense. So
secondary. Just say secondary. Don't say
secondary. All right, I'll give him the secondary.
The secondary is going to be the biggest.
I love the win, but
Hillis, mark my words now, another 100-yard game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be.
They're going to need more than that, though. They're going to need that passing game too. They're going to need to be able to. Once they get him rolling, they need to be able to work that play action and hit guys open down the field. And you're just not seeing a lot of that.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys have pinpointed two of the 3 points that I think are going to be key to this game. First off, I think they are going to have a big running game. Second off, I think they're going to have almost no passing. And I think that's going to make it for a kind of a slow game and a low-scoring game. And I don't think that defense is going to come through against Atlanta. I'm looking at it to be kind of close, 17-10, which is a close game. That's one score. I mean, but I don't think that Atlanta's going to dominate them. They're confident right now. They're coming off. They've shown that they can do it 4 weeks in a row now, and they finally got the win to prove it. So I think that there's going to be a lot of confidence coming in here, but not overconfidence because they didn't win that game easy. They didn't dominate anybody.
Right.
And they know they can lose with one play in the fourth quarter, and it's all over. Right. So I think that they're going to play tough. They're going to play tough the whole time. I just don't think they got what it takes to really put together 2 wins, especially against 2 decent teams back to back. But 17-10, that's a fair score. I mean, that shows they're still fighting. Well, so at this point, though, I think we're all predicting. No, 2 of us are predicting a loss. You're predicting a win, and we're going to come back here next week. And
we'll be back next week, Jake Delhomme. And if you light it up, I'll eat my words.
But we'll be back. I have a feeling you won't be, Jake.
I don't think I'm going to.
No, I don't think you will either. Anyway, let's move on a little bit.
Jake the fake.
Jake the fake.